Welcome back, everybody. Today we are joined with two very amazing people. We are joined by Whitney and Dustin Stone. And the first thing we wanted to jump in today was we wanted to talk about this diet they are on, which we are very familiar with. But we wanted to go ahead and see like what got y'all started in this diet and how y'all transitioned.
Who wants
to start?
No.
Well, it really started when we found out we were having Ellie, and kind of I watched a Joe Rogan podcast, actually is how it started, and Mark Sessions was on there. He's an MD. I think he lived in California, now lives in Florida. He's the guy that came up with Primal Kitchen. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it's basically condiments that are no seed oils, things of that nature. He's 70-something years old, and the dude is ripped. And I was like, I've got to do that. You know, now that I'm 42, we're about to have Ellie, I've got to change something. You know, I didn't think I was fat, but I was pushing 269. I'm 6'5", 269. So I was like, something's got to happen. So I bought his book. His book was called 2 Meals a Day, is what it is. And he basically was big on the intermittent fasting. So he'd fast for 16 hours and then eat 2 meals. You know, basically he was eating around noon to 8. You know, he would have that 8-hour window where he would eat, and then, you know, that was fine. I was like, I want to try that. So I bought his book, and basically it's all about carnivore, how, you know, he was big on salads, but he was also big on lots of meat. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, this is something. I mean, I enjoy meat. Of course, I'd always eaten. We had a guy that used to call me the broccoli guy because I would eat broccoli every day for lunch. Really? You know, I would go pick it up at Market Street, and that's what I'd have. You know, is just broccoli because I thought it was so healthy for me, and but it wasn't working. So, anyways, fast forward. Read the book. He talked about different things in there, kind of the meat you need to eat, the fish you need to eat, and just living that lifestyle. And I transitioned, just went full in really, and started doing that, started fasting. Then we had Ellie, and my feet, which is all kind of a perfect storm. I've always had problems with my feet, and they got really, really bad when Ellie was born. To the point where I couldn't walk. Like I had crutches in my car. I'd pull up in a handicapped parking spot and I'd bust out my crutches. Yeah. And I would hobble into wherever I was going. And like running, you know, walking, even at nights I'd get up and have to go check on Ellie, and I'd crawl to her crib. And it was crazy. So, and this is right when she was born, really.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a long story, but so I went to the doctors, had MRIs on my feet, you know, all kind of transition between doing the diet and then having this problem with my feet. Well, long story short, I got a trainer that lived in North Carolina and randomly found him on Instagram because they were going to do surgery on my feet. And they said I had a floating bone and in both my feet. And I was like, that's weird.
Floating bone.
Floating bone.
Floating bone is what the doctor, so they wanted to do surgery. And no, I was hurting so bad, I figured I've got to do something. And I was like, it's probably because I'm heavier than I would need to be. Maybe, I don't know. But I found this guy on Instagram. And the name of his, what was he called? I think he's called the Barefoot Sprinter. And the dude was a genius. So randomly hit him up on Instagram. He calls me the next day. He's like, I can fix your feet without surgery. Don't do surgery. I was like, okay, whatever. This guy's a quack, you know? And so I Venmo'd him some money. He starts sending me these videos, and he calls me every Friday. Well, we start talking. He's asking me about my diet. And I'm telling him, you know, what I'm eating, really going hardcore carnivore. And the dude's on it too. And, you know, this was 5 years ago. And nobody was on it really. Nobody was talking about it. Yeah. It was just very, it was very new for sure. And it sounds quirky too when you tell people what you eat. Like I'm heavy meat, heavy fat. Yeah. You know, no vegetables. Like I haven't had vegetables in 5 years. You know, maybe a little bit, but at all, never anymore have vegetables. But so I talked to him a lot about the diet, and that's what he was doing. As heavy organ meats, just that's it. And the guy was super shape. Anyways, fast forward, he fixed my feet problem in a month. It's crazy. Like exercise, diet,
Yeah.
And then I just kept talking to him constantly about diet, like, what are you eating? What's going on? And we just kept up, and it was amazing. It was a transformation. So I was hooked, and I was never getting off of it. So now it's more like a lifestyle opposed to a diet, because that's just what I do. You know, I mean, it's not even, it's a no-brainer. I'm gonna go pick up meat. I'm gonna go pick up fat. I'm gonna eat full butter, tallow, you know, whatever. And then not only that, and then implement with my diet, my exercising. You know, he kind of switched me to doing, you know, when I was working out, I'd do light weights and do them, you know, I'm thinking, oh, I'm old. I don't want to hurt something. I don't want to get my joints bad. So I would do light weights, multiple reps, run, do cardio, stuff like that. He was like, stop all of it. He said, lift as heavy as you can and keep progressing up.
Yeah.
And I thought he was crazy, but he'd fix my feet. So I was like, dude, whatever you say is 100%. Because the guy is a full-blown genius. Like, now he's famous. I think he had to move to LA. But anyway, so that's what I do. I lift heavy and I eat the carnivore diet, and we really don't stray that far from it. So that's how I got started on it.
Yeah. How soon after did you start implementing it too?
So I started as a night carnivore. We eat dinner together, so I really wasn't doing it during the day. I would just eat whatever. And I thought that was okay because I was eating so healthy at night. So I recently really changed to strict carnivore diet. And yeah, I can definitely tell the difference. Just eating that at night wasn't doing it. So now, full
blown
Full blown.
Ellie too.
Yeah, some as much as we can get her to.
Yeah.
Which is
that's
hard.
tough.
These kids love the noodles.
Yeah. And that's okay. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, she eats butter.
Yeah, she does eat butter.
She loves butter, like butter and salt. Every night when I start cooking, I'll slice her off a little piece, and she eats it. Liver, we've given her the liver pills, or capsules. Yeah, she'll eat those.
Yeah.
Put it on her eggs or something to that. You know, but
Lots of eggs for her.
Yeah.
oh yeah, she loves eggs. It's hard. She's finally getting where she'll eat meat, like ground beef.
Yeah.
And can't get her to eat steak or any of that yet. But
Oh, really?
yeah, no. But it'll happen.
Yeah.
You know, kids see you eating, and it'll eventually
Over and
change.
over and over. Yeah. It influences what they think.
Oh yeah. How did y'all get started?
So ours was in, let's see, it was June of 22 or 21? 22, I think. So my dad, the previous fall, had, I don't know what caused it really. I think he was having headaches or dizzy spells or whatever. And so he had to go to the doctor, and they found out that he had a tumor in his bladder.
Oh.
And so they started treating that, and then they ended up getting it removed, and it was benign and everything, so it was fine. But they were like, you still have to come in. We'll check it every now and then. But then maybe around February of 22, it started happening again, and they said it wasn't the tumor, but he was really high blood pressure, like spiking through the roof. And then they ended up diagnosing him with pre-diabetes and high blood pressure and all this other stuff. So for like the next month or so, he tried, the standard American, go healthy to fix this, Heart Association diet stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't fix anything. He kept having to go to the ER just randomly. So then in June, we went over there for dinner, and they were searching stuff because basically they told him you're gonna have to take these meds for the rest of your life, that's gonna keep you alive or whatever. And he was like, I don't want to do that. That is not me.
Yeah.
So he started researching stuff, and he found it. And so they decided to try it. And we were like, well, I had learned about it, maybe a year or two before from Dr. Peterson. And I had wanted to try it. I researched a little bit, but not too much, but it just sounded fun to me. And so I had told them about it before, but nobody really listened to me, and I wasn't going to do it by myself. So once they were like, we're going to do this, I was like, well, we'll do it with you. I mean, I wanted to do it too, so that's when we really started. and that was June of 22, I believe. And since then, like 3 months after that, he was like pretty much not taking any of his meds.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
he still had them just in case, but he was like, I don't need to take them anymore.
Oh yeah.
And that was like the strictest 3 to 6 months that we had.
Yeah.
And then that's how we really got our start. After that, like first 6 months, all of us kind of started adding stuff back in, getting off a little bit. And eventually he ended up having another like ER visit.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's got to be because he started adding stuff back in.
Yeah.
He was adding in like just drinks that had like stevia in it, or he would get coffees with cream and sugar every once in a while. And it was just little by little he's adding in stuff. It was
That's
still
crazy.
very meat heavy, but it wasn't carnivore at that point. And so every time he would have an ER visit, he'd go strict again, and then he was good. And then we would notice for a week or two he would start adding stuff back in, and then boom, another ER visit.
That's crazy.
So really, maybe November of last year was when I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay super strict, just us, and maybe it'll help them kind of see that, and it'll help them too. So
Yeah.
since then, we haven't had any more ER visits, but they've gone stricter than they were.
Yeah.
But they'll still add in little things here and there. But me, for the most part, I've just been straight carnivore.
Yeah.
Sarah was pretty strict until she got pregnant, and she had cravings for other little things.
Sure.
So
Oh,
she'll add in
yeah.
like sourdough bread or fruits here and there.
Oh yeah.
But for the most part, but yeah, that's how we started out.
So hard.
Yeah.
Would you get craving? But once you get on it for so long, I mean, those cravings kind of leave.
Yeah.
For me, they have.
Yeah.
You know, like sugars. But if I do have like, you know, during the holidays, somebody has a pie or a cake and I eat some of it, like A, I feel like crap the next day.
Do not feel good.
And
Yeah.
B, I almost can't stop. Like it's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I need some more. I need some more. But then again, that shows you how addictive
Yeah.
like that sugar is for
It's
you in that
so
And
addictive.
processed
you're
food.
hungry so shortly after you eat something bad or just not whole, whole food. Like I love salads. I mean, I don't have anything against that, but why? It's not,
Yeah.
going to keep me full, and there's just not the health benefits like meat,
Like having
beef.
a 16-ounce ribeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're delicious.
Yeah.
Yep. Like we were trying to save money for a little while, and we were like basically just buying ground beef, and then we were like, okay, let's get some steaks. And so we got some steaks, and we remember like having like 2 10-ounce steaks each. And so we made 4 of them, and we were both full by the first one. And we were like, oh my gosh, I can't eat anymore. And then, yeah, we saved them for the next day, ate that. But it's crazy how much it fills you up. And you just
Oh,
keeps you
yeah.
satiated like all day.
Oh
day.
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is.
that's what makes most sense about it.
Yeah.
Too. You know, you're like, somebody asked how many calories a day do you eat? I was like, I don't know, but it's not as much as you think, probably, because
Yeah.
I don't eat as much.
No.
You know, at night, if we do have a steak, we'll have steak and eggs, and that's
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
know, and it's we're not piling on, you know, noodles, macaroni, potatoes.
Things that are just going to make you more hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like going to the grocery store is just in and out now. Just
Oh,
go in, grab the meat, get out.
Oh, it's crazy.
Not
so
looking up
easy.
recipes and
Oh,
going through all
no.
this stuff.
Yeah, like meat, yogurt.
Yeah,
It's
it's so
out.
simple.
That's really it.
Yeah.
I mean, I only go to the grocery store every day for lunch because that's what I eat. And that's the hardest part about the diet. It's like, where do you go out and eat?
Yeah.
You know, do
Yeah,
we go?
Well, because, people can think they're eating healthy or clean by getting the grilled nuggets, or that's not though, because
Yeah.
it's cooked in, peanut oil or
Yeah.
so it is hard eating
Yeah.
eating out. And
Oh, it's super hard. I mean, we really
don't.
There's no,
Yeah.
we don't, which is great because we save money.
Yeah.
Because now you can't go eat. It's $50, $100 if you just go anywhere, really.
Besides the cost of eggs.
Right?
When I ate eggs a day at least. So,
Oh yeah.
But,
we
I
plow
mean-
through eggs.
yeah, but
That is what we have to get every day. Is
Yeah.
Eggs. I wish we
Eggs.
had chickens.
yeah, we need some chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, big time.
Or how many eggs are y'all eating a day?
We were eating. I would eat like 5 for breakfast, and then for dinner I would eat
Yeah.
like another 5.
Yeah.
And then Sarah was like at 3 or 4
Yeah.
for each meal. Recently, we kind of just stopped eating them
I see.
for maybe the past month or so. So we just haven't had any eggs.
Really?
Yeah. But before, yeah, it was like 5 a meal for me at least.
Yeah.
And I just like, I loved them. I was like,
All
I want to make some more just because.
Yeah.
Like I would scramble them, and then once they're done, just put butter on them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
gosh.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's so good.
You never get tired of eating eggs.
No, I don't
I mean, I
either.
crave them.
Yeah, and then eventually, if you do get kind of tired of it, you just cook them a different way.
A
and then
different
you're
way,
good.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have such a different flavor profile from scrambled to over easy to
oh,
boiled.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was
endless.
one day, what were you making when you were making boiled eggs?
Ham salad.
She was making ham salad, and you have the boiled eggs or whatever. And she was like, "Do you want one?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay." And I was like, "Well, just make me one, and I'll eat it." And so I was on the computer working. She brought it to me. I ate it. I was like, "Can you make me another one?" She ended up making me like 5. And I was just,
Yeah.
Those- so
so
good.
good. Just
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
why. It's
Great snack.
such a good
too.
craving.
Oh, yeah. And that's right. It tastes different. Boiled egg from a fried egg.
Yeah.
to Scrambled egg.
Yeah.
I love eggs.
And,
So y'all basically just eat straight meat now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'll have
Wow.
ground beef, bacon, and steak. Pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's like all I've eaten for the past week or 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Except she was craving tortillas. So
Oh, yeah.
we got her some, and I was like, okay, I really want one. I got it.
Yeah.
I put ground beef in it. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
I ate that, and then the next day I started breaking out.
And that's so crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
nuts. It's because you get so in tune with your body by
You
eating
find out
this.
every little thing that causes any sort of inflammation at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, okay, don't eat that again, and then you're good.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, it's nuts, which I eat too much dairy. I eat a lot of cottage cheese for lunch because it's easy. I get a lot of protein. And that kind of varies off of the carnivore diet. You know, there's so many different variations of the carnivore diet. There's the ancestral diet, the carnivore diet,
Lion, yeah.
lion
And
diet.
it's kind of just like keto,
Yeah.
animal based.
Yeah.
Which that's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, the lion diet, I'll do that. Like if I'm really, if I'm, you can feel yourself putting on weight too. Like if you have fruit, like if I implement any sugars, which no sugars really at all, but fruit. And once I start eating more fruit, that's when I start gaining a little weight. If I want to cut that weight off, man, I plow that lion diet for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's all you have, just
then it's
constant
just
meat and eggs. That's it.
Melts off.
And it's crazy. Like it gets,
Yeah.
melts off so fast and it's so much that I'm like, golly, I got to get different pants. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm 6'5" dude wearing a size 30 pants. 30, 34, it'd be ridiculous. But it's a fact and it's nuts.
Yeah.
But, it makes so much sense. It's crazy.
Yeah. So how much like dairy do y'all do now? Is it like still kind of every day here and there? or
Yeah, that's really my snack.
The snack. Yeah.
Cottage cheese or yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely like if I need something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really the only dairy we have.
But that's it. Yeah, not much. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. And I do that just because it's so quick for lunch.
Yeah.
Quick, and then I'm trying to get a certain amount of protein, so that helps because I don't
Yeah.
want to use a protein powder. There's
Right.
so much junk in it, and when I can eat a whole food or the cottage cheese or yogurt, so that's mainly for the protein
And there is like those protein powders from like Lineage and stuff, but they're like $100 for
Yeah,
one. You're
I
like,
know.
I know it's good, but
it has to be clean, I
Yeah.
guess, if it's $100.
yeah, it's
but
crazy.
It's
I
crazy.
mean, just get some more eggs,
Yeah.
know.
Right.
That's really old, dude. And we
Yeah.
never drink milk. We used to drink a lot of raw milk.
That's hard to find though.
Yeah, it is.
And you can tell the difference too. Do y'all drink raw milk?
We used to.
Yeah.
We used to. That was one thing for me was we were drinking raw milk, and pretty much everything for me had like gotten better, like energy levels. I was having less pain in my knees and everything. But the two things that I couldn't like shake with the carnivore diet was my eczema on my head was still bad, and I couldn't like lose any more weight.
Yeah.
And I tried, cutting out all sugars, so like we were still having honey. I cut that out for a month, didn't do anything. I tried cutting out eggs, didn't do anything. Bacon, didn't do anything. And then I was like, okay, well, dairy is really the last thing I could try. So I cut out dairy, and within like a week, my eczema started getting better. I started losing more weight all of a sudden. And I don't know what it is, but even whenever now I have just a little bit of dairy, it'll like start making my BO come back. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And like Sarah, she used to be lactose intolerant. Now she can have milk whenever she wants. She's
No
fine.
kidding.
It doesn't even have to be raw.
No kidding?
I was really bad, and then we tried the raw milk. Didn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Then we stopped doing it, and now I can have like any kind.
Really?
And it doesn't affect me at all.
It's so weird how your body chemistry changes. Especially when I think it goes back to the processed foods.
Oh yeah.
Because you eat so many of those processed foods, it's, you're think, oh, well, this doesn't have any fat in it. And it's, let's eat this. And, oh, man, that stuff. And everything's processed. I mean, everything. Everything but meat and the things we eat, now. And that stuff's so bad for you, all the chemicals that go into it. And I think it just really, messes with that body chemistry. And then once you get off that, it goes back to normal.
Yeah.
And then you can implement, the more natural foods like milk. It's crazy. It's nuts. Like it blows my mind. I don't know why everybody doesn't do the diet.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, and that's crazy too. You call it a diet because just because we're eating healthy, like we're on a diet, and I think that's crazy. Like, no, we're just eating clean, whole foods, nourishing our bodies. It's not a diet to me.
Yeah.
It really is a lifestyle because once you start on like the food and stuff, just everything else, you're like, oh, what's in my shampoo? It's not even just about the food that you're eating. It's everything. It truly does become a lifestyle.
Detergent.
Yeah, we become like so crunchy from that.
Oh,
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Laundry, and you can tell the difference too.
Oh yeah.
Which we use tallow for lotion and things and tallow to cook, which makes sense. They're like, if you can't eat it, why would you put it on your body?
Yeah.
So that pretty much is across the board. I read something that women in the mornings when they're getting ready expose themselves to like, it's something ridiculous. It was like 67 different chemicals that are put on their body just in that span of when they're waking up when they go to work.
Like all the scented stuff, that all that scents is just awful.
Deodorant, like I don't use deodorant.
Parabens and everything.
Yeah.
I probably stink. People are like, no wonder he smells. But
Yeah, see, like I haven't had to use deodorant in a long time until if I add milk back in or any sort of dairy, then I'm like, oh gosh.
You
gotta add
can
deodorant.
tell.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You can self-heal yourself too, though. If you know that, like, it's crazy. And y'all probably don't take any medications either.
No.
Yeah. That's what's nuts. I don't take anything. And I was on asthma medication, and at one point I think I was probably on high blood pressure medication, but nothing. And then when you add that up, what you're spending every month on medications, if you cut that out, I mean, geez, you can go buy a ribeye every night.
Yeah.
Like, our filet, because literally, people are spending, $500, $1,000 on medicine a month.
Yeah.
And health insurance. Tack that on. Now they have carnivore health insurance. Have y'all seen that? It's so cool. Like, they test you, and the health insurance is, which I've been meaning to do it, and I want to say it's like $100-something a month, which is genius for them, because they know that this lifestyle, these people
they're not really going to use it.
they're not going to use it.
Yeah,
and it's crazy.
It's like just in case.
Yeah, so it's a co-op, and then they send you a test, and you have to, go through this test, explain what you eat, and then they do a blood work, and you send it in. If you meet all the criteria, bam, you're in.
Yeah.
It's genius for them because nobody uses it.
Yeah.
Even old people,
Right.
like you got these guys that are 70 and 80 years old that are ripped, like
They're like
eating
more
good.
active than 90% of Americans nowadays.
I know. It's genius. And
Yeah.
you don't need it. And they're not on medications.
Yeah.
They're not taking anything.
Yeah.
Their bones aren't aching. That's the craziest thing with the diet for me is, everybody my age, always complains like, oh, I can't get up in the morning. I'm sore. I'm stiff. I don't have any problems.
Yeah.
Like my joints are fine. I mean, it's crazy. And then I lift, heavy weight, heavier than I ever did when I was in high school, college, and probably double that. And that's nuts. You know, if you got a grown man carrying around 300 pounds or 400 pounds, that's insane. You know, you think your joints would be aching.
Yeah.
They don't, which is crazy. And it all goes back to the diet or the lifestyle.
Yeah.
you know?
Even just like the benefits of working out, like in general. So like before, whenever, even through all of high school, like I would go at 6:30 in the morning, do an hour workout, go to football practice, and then weekends work out all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I was still, you know, a little bit overweight. I was barely gaining any strength, stamina, all that. And now I like barely work out at all. I don't really have the time to, but I'll just do like 50 push-ups for a week straight, and I could already see definition and like more fat shredding off. I'm like, if I could have done this in high school, like
I know.
the amount of muscle mass I could have put on would have been crazy.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, you feel stronger. I know you do. So it's probably super easy to, you know, do those push-ups.
Yeah.
You feel so much stronger. You're
really
able to do a lot more when it comes to working out.
I mean, that it's insane.
Yeah.
It really is.
Sleep better.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. Sleep
like
better.
everything is improved.
Stronger. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just nuts. It's crazy. And it's crazy more people don't do it.
Yeah.
And they think it's not healthy, which it took me a long time to get out of my brain. You know, growing up, you're like, don't eat fat. Saturated fat's bad for you.
Or too much red.
Yeah.
Red beef.
Too much
Like,
red
that's
meat.
bad for you. Like,
Don't eat
Chicken.
real butter.
Yeah. Don't
the
eat
fake
red
butter.
butter.
olive oil is good for you.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, I
Yeah.
grew up
Eat all the
thinking.
vegetable oils,
yeah.
do all that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my like biggest like peeves, I guess, is how like normal eating seed oils all the time is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like probably like the worst thing that people eat day to day.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
just seed oils, and it's in everything.
Everything.
Everything you eat.
Everything.
It's crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not, and trying to cut that out is the hardest thing.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's really what gets you where you're like, we can't eat out anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Every little thing. Like even I don't remember which steakhouse it was, but we went to a steakhouse and just getting steak there, I felt it the next day. I was like,
Oh yeah.
my stomach
Your
hurts.
stomach,
My stools are loose. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
definitely
Yes.
either marinated it or they cooked it on the stovetop with oils or
Oh
something.
yeah. That's and you can taste
Definitely.
it too.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's nuts. I can taste. I can look down and see that it's cooked with oil.
Yeah, we it was Logan Steakhouse. They
Yeah.
had wings that they would either do them fried or what was the other one? It was like fire grilled, so just over the fire.
Yeah.
And we would always get the fire grilled ones. But one time they got it wrong, and they look exactly the same. But when it came, Sarah was instantly like, "That is making my head hurt just the smell."
That made
of
me
it."
sick. Like I wanted
Yeah.
to throw
I
up.
was like, "It does
Crazy.
smell a little
That's
weird, huh?"
crazy.
And so I was like, let me make sure. So we called the waiter back. It was like, these are grilled, right? She's like, oh, you wanted them grilled? And instantly, I was like, wow. Just smelling
Oh, yeah.
it fried and that made your head hurt. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But just it shows you how poison that stuff is.
Yeah.
I mean, our body has a sense that heck, hey, this is bad for you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
And
take
if
it
you
back. I don't want
watch
this.
the videos of like how it's made,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
disgusting. It's like, why would
crazy.
anybody watch this and still eat it?
Oh, I know.
It's so gross.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you have to get rid of that stuff in society, and that's the problem. That's one of the major problems.
Yeah.
Is the seed oils.
Yeah.
They're so prevalent. Even if you go somewhere and they're like, oh, we cook in butter. Well, their butter's usually mixed with canola oil.
Yeah.
You know, so it's basically a margarine that's bad for you.
Bad.
And it's super bad for you. It's
Yep.
crazy. That's why people's arteries get blocked. And it's not from the natural butter that God intended us to eat. And
Yeah. It's all from that new processed oils and anything processed, really.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I think the biggest like pushback that I get from any of my friends that I tell or any family that I tell them, you know, how we eat and that they should try it or whatever is, one, they're like, I won't be able to eat out anywhere if everywhere cooks in seed oils.
Yep.
And I'm like, true. And then two
Yeah.
is they think it's more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, buying
That-
meat in general, sure, is a little more expensive, but if I go eat out for a full meal, it's going to be $20 either way.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
I could get $20 worth of ground beef, and that's like 4 meals.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're cooking at home every single meal, it'll probably be a little more expensive, but you're not. Most
No.
people aren't.
Oh,
So it's going to be cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
And then, the other one is the seed oils. Because they're like, I work all day. I want to just go get something to eat for lunch. And I try to tell them, like, you could probably skip lunch. You won't be hungry for lunch if you're eating this way.
Definitely
And
could.
They won't do it. A lot of people do say that they think they could if they could only keep bread in. And I was like, okay, do it. Just go full carnivore and just eat bread with it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think it's just an excuse because they don't do it.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, it's crazy how many people are addicted to bread.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know?
Which out of all the things, I guess is understandable.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
But once you stop,
I don't
Yeah.
like,
miss it
I don't
at
crave
all.
it at all.
No.
yeah.
Like, it's not weird. Of course, we will have bread sometimes. Maybe once a month. If we're
Maybe.
out.
Yeah.
Like,
Chips was harder for
Yeah,
me to give
chips,
up.
yeah.
But now that I have, it's totally fine. You know, that's okay.
yeah.
I did add a sweet potato in the other night.
Yeah.
I kind of sliced it up and put ground beef on it like a nacho
Oh, yeah?
because I love nachos. And I mean, hey, it was like a nacho. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it was good.
It's good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have an air fryer and use that all the time, too.
Yeah.
That was good. You can make them real crispy.
Sweet potato.
But I've cut all potatoes out.
Yeah.
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 And jalapenos. I got on a big kick where I was eating jalapenos
Mm-hmm.
every night with our steak. Because I just love that. I don't know, it kind of gave it more of a flavor. And then I had to get off of them because it was bad. Like it
Yeah.
it really messed my body up.
Yeah. It did.
And then I was getting gout. I mean, true story. I was
Yeah.
getting it. I got it in my foot and then my knee. And I was like, this is nuts. Like, why am I getting this? There's no way I have gout.
Yeah.
And it hurt so bad. I thought I'd pulled something. And
And potato. You were
yeah,
you
I
were
was eating potatoes every night. And, implemented that back in. That's really the only two things that I added back in. And I went to the doctor, they're like, you have gout. I was like, yeah, right, there's no way. And they're like, it's because you eat too much red meat. And I was like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
And so I just started researching, and then come to find out it's the oxalates that are in the nightshades. And I stopped eating the jalapenos, stopped eating the potatoes, bam, hadn't had it since.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're
It
like,
was
how can just vegetable by itself be bad? But
Oh, yeah.
once you start learning, like, okay, you can't eat 90% of plants on the earth anyways.
Yeah.
Because they have all these defense chemicals in them.
Oh, yeah.
It's just certain ones have been bred to where we can tolerate them. But
Oh, yeah.
over time, like, if you eat way too much spinach, you're probably going to get kidney stones soon.
Oh,
just
yeah.
from all the oxalates in them.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
it's nuts.
Then you like look at a steak and you're like, there's nothing in there that is harming me.
Oh, yeah.
100% of that is good for me.
Oh, all of it. And then
Yeah.
I used to cut the fat around the steak and not eat the fat. I'm like, God, what an idiot. The most delicious part, it's the most nutritious
yeah.
part.
Yeah.
And now we're just like, man, we eat it all.
Yeah.
We even save the bones and make bone broth.
Yeah, we need to start doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Good.
I'll get the like if we get a ribeye and it has the bone on it still. We'll both eat it and then she'll give me her bone and I'll just dig through it for
Yeah.
an extra 30 minutes, taking all that meat and tendons off and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that stuff, like all
Oh,
the
it's so-
cartilage and everything.
Oh,
That's
it's
like
so
the best
good.
part. It's so yummy.
Yeah.
And that's what's good for your joints.
Yeah.
You know, is that. What do they call it when you're eating? Well, Brian Johnson, which he's a liver king. You ever saw that guy? He's kind of gotten crazy. I don't know. Follow him or anything. I don't know what happened to that dude. But
Yeah.
I was reading about him before he became the liver king because that Mark Sessions talks about him in the book. And his big deal was, before he got crazy, which sounds crazy, he was like, if you have eye problems, eat, animal eyes. Or if your liver problems, eat liver. If your cartilage, your joints are bone, you need to eat more cartilage.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy, but I mean, obviously that works
Yeah.
to an extent because those nutrients, I forgot what he called it, like whatever, but the nutrients that are in the eye ball of a cattle would help your eyes, In the liver, if you need help with that. Kidney, we eat a ton of organ meats.
Yeah.
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 which is weird. People think that's real weird.
I'm not big on the eyeball that you
Well,
have
we-
eaten before.
I mean, it's not the best, but but we'll eat everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from the tail to the nose.
Yeah.
We love tongue. Tongue's delicious. Do y'all ever eat that?
I have when I was little. I don't remember what
Yeah.
it tastes like.
Oh, it's so good.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We pretty much just do liver, just because we
Yeah.
buy it at the store. Heart because we can get it mixed in with the ground beef or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. We haven't tried much of the other ones,
Yeah.
any other organs. But
Those are the best. Heart's delicious.
yeah,
It is.
Like, I mean, you can cook that on the grill. It tastes like a filet.
really?
Oh, it's crazy. And those are cheap because nobody buys them.
Yeah.
We get all our beef from a guy in Nazareth. He raises everything natural, no antibiotics, all grass finished. And he has all the organs, the kidney, your sweetbread, which is I guess it's thymus,
Heart.
heart, liver, kidneys, tongue, eyeballs, testicles. We'll eat it
all
all.
of it.
Yeah, and he just brings it. And he brings the KP fat, which is kidney fat, and we'll use that and make our own tallow, which is super simple. Have y'all done that yet?
We haven't.
We haven't. My dad's rendered down some fat, made tallow.
Yeah.
They'll do that and then use that, and they'll fry some wings with like pork panko
Oh, yeah.
and everything. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
Frying it.
Yeah, just
Oh.
deep fry it in some tallow.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's like, this is better than any wing place that you
Yeah.
get other
Oh,
stuff
I
from.
know.
And it
It's
doesn't
crazy.
make my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good for you. What? That's what I'm pumped about. RFK Jr. coming back in. I think that was a huge. That's going to change. If he really does what he's saying, then that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But his big deal was he wants McDonald's to start frying in tallow again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Which it'd be hard for him, and that's the hard part about these restaurants. Going to tallow or butters because it's so much more expensive right now because nobody makes it that much, and seed oils is so cheap.
Yeah.
But that tallow is good. Cooking in it, it's like a fresh, clean
Yeah.
taste. It's weird.
Yeah.
love
That
that.
and like butter and tallow. Just cooking anything in that gives it the flavor of it too. And it makes it so much better. And then
Oh, it's so good.
I'm like, how did I ever enjoy eating anything in like canola oil?
I know.
It's like, it's so gross.
And then when you can taste it, it's like leaves that film in your mouth. And,
my brother-in-law, we started talking to him about carnivore, and he did it for like, I think maybe 3 weeks real strict, and then nobody else was doing it real strict with him, so he kind of fell off. But they still eat pretty heavy meat-based.
yeah.
But for him, I started telling him about the seed oils and showed him
yeah.
the video of how it's made and stuff. And he started getting nightmares about it. Like, he would like
Good.
dream about eating it and
Yeah.
then wake up like, oh my gosh, like just awful. And I was like, that's good because it is a nightmare type of thing.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That video, how they make it's nuts.
Yeah.
That can't be real. I mean, it looks like it's, but I mean, I guess it is real.
Yeah, it is. They just bleach it, deodorize it,
Oh.
and just it's like
So
when you see it come out, like how it naturally looks, you're like,
Oh.
nobody would eat this. So there's a
No.
reason they deodorize it and color it the way they do, because
Oh, yeah.
it's disgusting.
Oh.
And then I bet it smells disgusting too.
Oh.
So they have to do that to make it at least somewhat sellable, but
Oh. It's
it
crazy.
just makes it even worse for you. So
It's crazy people buy that and take it to their house
yeah.
and cook. So many people, I mean, everybody does.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
so
the
normal.
percentage of people that eat our diet or live our lifestyle or whatever, but I bet it's few, 1%. I don't know, maybe
know.
more than that, I don't know. But it's not very many. Well, I mean, y'all are the only ones we know that are strict.
Yeah, we know one other couple. They're realtors too. He's pretty strict with it, and she'll eat
Yeah.
other things here and there, but they're both pretty carnivore too.
Yeah.
And then just talking with them too is crazy.
It's crazy. No one
Yeah.
else does.
Yeah.
Need a little society,
A little community.
every community meet
Yeah.
up, eat at everybody's house. That's all you can eat. Yeah, that's a hard
Everybody
part.
bring your
too.
own steak. We'll
Yeah.
cook it for you.
Yeah.
That
I
would
wish
be
there was
so
a place like that. Take your own steak. I've always wanted to take my own butter. Be like, can
Yeah.
you just cook the steak in this butter? They were like, you're crazy.
That's what we did with her family one time, because they live in Louisiana and we had a job in Longview. So we went to visit, and we took our own butter, and they were just gonna make pork chops. We were like, "Can you cook it with this, please?" And they're like, "Okay." So they cooked the butter, the pork chops on the butter first, ours first, and then they did theirs. And we were like, "Wow, thank you."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and like we're really sensitive to seasonings too.
Oh yeah.
Like some carnivores are like, no, we still do seasonings, but we're like really sensitive to them still.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, can you just do salt?
Just
and
salt.
So
Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
ours, and it was just like the pork chop with some salt and butter on it. And then there was theirs, and they were like red and stuff. And we were like, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I forgot about seasonings. We don't use any seasonings.
Yeah.
Salt,
Salt.
Redmond salt.
Yeah.
That's it. Which is crazy. It's delicious.
Yeah,
And I eat a ton of that salt.
yeah. We like the Redmonds for the most part, and then the Malden's flaky sea salt. Have you had that
Oh
one?
no, we haven't had that.
That one I liked because when you like crunch it and put it on your steak, it like melts into the
Oh,
steak.
really?
It's so good.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Where do you
the
get
only
that
place
at?
I could find is HEB, and it's just so far from us that we
Really?
rarely get it. But it was really good.
Nice.
Well, and we put it in our water,
Oh yeah, in the
Oh,
water
yeah.
too.
and it like actually dissolves in the water. It doesn't just sit at the bottom. So we
nice.
really liked it for the water too.
I need
Yeah.
to get some of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
what I have.
the Redmonds, I'll put it in my water, and then after I drink, I'm like, you just see it at the
Still
bottom.
at the bottom.
I'm like trying to shake it up.
Yeah.
But the Maldens, you crunch it up, throw it in there, and it dissolves pretty well. So you
Really?
can't see it at the bottom anymore.
Huh.
So that was one thing that I really liked about that one. But I just like the way Redmonds taste too. It's so
Oh,
good.
yeah. So good.
Yeah, and then you can buy the bags of it to
Oh,
refill
yeah.
the little containers.
I can have it in my car. If I get hungry, I'll just pour a bunch of salt in my hand, throw it in my mouth. People are like, what?
Yeah, people think we're crazy for
Oh, yeah.
like my friend, the amount of salt I ate, he's like, you're crazy. That's gotta be bad for you. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
that makes you dehydrated. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And he's like, what about sea salt? I'm like, or seawater? Doesn't that make you dehydrated? I'm like, I guess so. I don't know what the difference is, but I eat as much salt as I want, and I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
great. So,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, he's thought about trying it a couple times, but he drives like every day either to Midland or to Hobbs, because that's where he works, like in the oil fields and
Yeah.
stuff. He's like, I don't think I could do it. I was like, just make some ground beef and take it with you.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, you have to pack your lunch a lot.
just meal prepping it.
Yeah. Which
My-
isn't easy.
Best friend from college, she comes and she stays with us because she lives in Austin, and we made her eggs one day, but like with the same amount of butter that we use for our eggs.
Yeah.
She's like, this is too buttery. I can't eat it. And I was like, what do you mean too buttery?
Yeah.
That's not a thing. It can't be too buttery.
Yeah.
She didn't eat it.
Delicious.
No kidding.
No, she was like, I couldn't eat it. There was too much butter. we're,
she
like,
thought-
we're like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, give it to me. Oh, we use so much butter.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The amount of
insane.
like sticks you go through,
Oh, yeah.
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, butter and eggs, I buy that every day. Almost.
Yeah.
A lot.
You have to stock up
Yeah.
on it.
Stock up. Yeah.
It's so good, though.
Yeah, that same friend, I give her a hard time because when we go to get coffee, she'll get an oat milk latte. And she gets it like quarter sweet, so not the
Oh.
sugar or anything, but I'm like, oat milk, really?
Yeah. Is that?
And then anytime I see a video or post about oat milk and,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
how it's awful for you or how real milk is good for you and stuff, I'll just send it to her and she's like,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, because that same time she was here, we had raw milk at the time, and we made her a coffee, but I made it with raw milk.
Yeah.
And she found out that we put raw milk in it, and she's like, I can't drink this.
She was like,
is awful.
she was completely fine with it. And then we were like, yeah, it's made with raw milk. And she was like, "Ugh." I was like, you haven't even tried it.
Yeah, she
That's
didn't drink it
insane.
after that.
She could not get herself to drink it. And she's like, I
crazy.
bet it tastes fine, but just knowing that it's raw milk, I can't do it.
Which is nuts. People have
Because-
been trained.
It's good. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
crazy.
People have been
So
trained that
good
this
for you.
pasteurized stuff is the government's made it so much better for you. And in theory, it's made it worse, so much worse.
Yeah.
You know, because everything natural is so good for you. I mean, that's why God put it here.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy. And that's also, there's a spirituality to this diet and this lifestyle. You know, it just kind of puts you back into being one with God, really.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he provided this for us to you know, to nurture us.
Yeah, like
And
if
then
you
that's what
just-
we're going back to.
Yeah, you think about like he made the earth a certain way. If you just kind of live with it that way and not what
Oh,
man
yeah.
developed, you know,
Oh, yeah.
you just thrive.
Oh, yeah.
That's how
For
it should
sure.
be.
Yeah, you do. You thrive. That's the exact word for it. And it's crazy. You look at all the studies. I mean, you can basically see when all the seed oils got implemented into our society because that's when obesity, diabetes, heart attacks started happening.
Skyrocketed.
Yeah, skyrocket. So before then, everybody was eating, you know, everything natural. And then once the man-made products started getting into everybody's diet, that's when all your disease and cancers and it's insane. You look at those.
Yeah, you just look at like old like charts of like the obesity rates.
Oh yeah.
And like 99% of people were skinny and
yeah.
in shape and fit and like they weren't doing anything different really, just what they were eating on a day to day.
I know.
And it's like you see the fattest man in 1920,
Yeah.
he looked like less overweight than the average American today.
I know.
Crazy.
He's
And
like,
then that dude in the 20s was like a circus act.
Yeah.
You know, they'd pay money to go look at him. It's insane. And
yeah.
It's crazy. And I think about my grandparents, you know, they would eat, man, I thought it was bad, but then that's what they grew up eating was bacon, cooking in bacon grease, you know, plowing butter and blah, blah. They were healthy, super healthy. They really weren't fat and their grandparents weren't fat. And then
Yeah.
now almost so many people are overweight. It's insane. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. And you see those pictures from the 50s or the 40s, 20s, and, you know, big picture in public, there's no one overweight, not one single person.
Yeah.
And that has to do with just what people put in their mouth.
Yeah.
It's insane. What's more insane, too, is like the doctors.
Oh,
That
yeah.
drives me bananas. I mean, I get on a soapbox about that. But they don't know. I mean, how many fat doctors do you see now?
Oh yeah.
Which is mind-blowing. And then you go in and tell them, I don't go to the doctor at all anymore because I got tired of mine. Like, that, I was like,
Saying, you know, something was wrong or it was this or that when it's an easy fix. Yeah.
yeah, when it's a fix with your diet or what you're eating.
Yeah.
You know, instead of taking a pill for it and then them telling you why that's that, you know, why you have this problem, but, you know, they're not really fixing it. And
Yeah,
it's-
they don't.
it's
They
crazy.
can put a Band-Aid on it to make it
Oh,
feel
yeah.
better for a little bit, but they don't like fix it completely.
No,
They don't know how.
they don't know how, which is
Yeah, they've been
mind-blowing.
taught that you either can't fix it, it's irreversible, or
Yeah.
the way you fix it is the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah. That's
And
nuts.
it's crazy when you see like carnivore doctors and they're all like super in shape or built and stuff, and then you see like either the vegetarian or normal doctors and they're overweight or super like dyslexic looking, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen like those memes where they're like, why would I take advice on how to lose weight from a doctor that's overweight?
Oh, yeah.
And then you see the
Yeah.
carnivore doctors and they're all in shape. You're like, maybe I should do what they're doing. Maybe I should
Yeah.
listen to them.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Who's y'all's doctor?
we don't have one.
We just have our midwife. So
Oh, nice.
Nice. That's
What does she
awesome.
say about the diet?
she honestly, she doesn't go a whole lot into diet, but she is really heavy on like making sure you're having enough protein. And
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
just like every time we go in, she's like, "How much protein are you having?" Because she's
Protein
like,
and
"You need
water.
to be having a lot of protein and a lot of water." So,
Oh, yeah.
like now that we're in the third trimester, I'm supposed to have at least 100 grams of protein a day,
Oh, yeah. Which
which
is super
hasn't been
simple.
hard. We're just like the amount of ground beef that we eat, and then a steak
yeah.
for dinner. It's been really easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then water, I love my water, so
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I go through so much water. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, she really like at the beginning, she gave us like a paper, and it's like for like common pregnancy symptoms, certain foods that could help. And there were like certain like nuts or fruits that you could eat,
But a lot of it was
but
meat too.
most of it was meat. Like upping your protein or upping your water
Yeah.
fixes most of the stuff. And I really haven't had any like symptoms. I was kind of nauseous to start with, but then I really figured out just like when I needed to eat,
Yeah.
and that was good. And like pretty much now the only time I get sick is, or like start to feel sick, is when I'm hungry. Like I wait too long to eat, and then I get so nauseous that I don't want to eat.
Oh yeah.
And then if I like go off a little bit and I eat something, then I've like thrown up.
Oh gosh.
But other than that, like I haven't had really any symptoms that I had to like look at the paper and be like, well, maybe I should try cashews.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's been the biggest thing for me.
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
like instead
That's
of like
crazy.
normal prenatals, because those are also awful for you.
Oh yeah.
She just started taking bone marrow and beef liver pills,
Oh yeah.
and we told her that, and she's like, "Yeah, that works. It's got everything you need in there."
That's so crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's when we got big on liver. When I first started the diet, I was huge on liver. You know, because I didn't realize the nutrients that was in it, and it has everything. I mean, it's nature's multivitamin.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they call it, and it's the truth. I mean, it's crazy. And I mean, we started eating raw liver, you know, and Whitney doesn't like to tell people that.
They're always weirded out by it.
I know, they're so weirded out by it, but it's delicious,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, that's what you need, and it's,
I mean, it's your vitamin too. Yeah. We don't
Yeah.
take anything.
Yeah.
and the bone marrow too. It's
Yeah.
super nutritious. And we have that every week,
Yes.
raw. And there was who was telling me, there was a girl we were talking to, and when she was pregnant, her doctor was like, get some frozen liver, or get some liver, freeze it, and chop it up into bites, and then take that as your vitamin.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, there's a doctor in Lubbock that said that? I was like, that
That's
dude's
crazy.
awesome. Yeah. And that's the first time I'd heard it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that guy's genius. But there's doctors that say that are very few and far between, you know, that naturally get your nutrients from your diet, which makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's been the hardest part about like the diet for us is watching our families not take our advice, but they're struggling.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
my family in particular, like trashes on us for being carnivore.
Really?
But like they all have stuff wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And then like my little sister is pretty overweight and has asthma and just like all of this stuff. And there's been times she comes and she stays with us and we're like, we're not buying you crap. You're staying with us, you're eating what we eat.
Yeah.
Like, and she loves it. She loves eating what we eat.
Oh, yeah.
And then just like staying with us for 3 days, she's like, we've seen reduced inflammation, like her facial features come
Yeah.
back.
Like you
No
can tell,
kidding.
like.
And then
That short
the
of
next
time.
time we see her, she's like super inflamed again, and we're like, we tried to tell you, like, but nobody listens to us,
Oh,
and
yeah.
because we're crazy, we're the crazy ones, and
Yeah.
doing it wrong. But we're like, look how healthy we are.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you're gonna tell us we're wrong, but look how healthy we are. Look like how we're thriving.
Yeah.
But that's probably the hardest part
Yeah.
for us. Like, yeah, it's hard finding places to eat, and yeah, it's hard like having snacks or like whenever you travel, that's like the hardest thing.
Oh, yeah.
But really, it's been like it
Just
hurts our hearts. Yeah,
watching them just continue
Oh,
to eat.
yeah.
there's been times after we've
have
like
problems.
spent time with my family and we leave and I'm like crying because I'm like, I wish they would just listen. Like we want them all to live forever like we're going to, but
Oh, yeah. That's hard.
Yeah.
Because you know what to do, and then,
well, and especially like my little sister, she just turned 16. And so like she's still so young. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
she could have a whole different outcome of her life if she
yeah.
changes what she's doing now. Cause like even just us, like we're young. But like we're both always like, I wish we would have started sooner. Like we could
oh,
have had
yeah.
my track career, my cross country career could have been way different if I was
yeah.
eating
Yeah.
different. And we're like, but they don't listen, so we can't
Yeah.
like we can't force it on them because she doesn't live with us.
Yeah.
Like if she lived with us, we could be like, you're gonna eat what we eat.
Yeah.
That's it. But
Yeah.
my parents are always like, well, we need something sweet, or it's
Oh,
okay
yeah.
to have processed. Like they don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't care. So that's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. Like even my grandparents, like my grandpa specifically, he has a lot of gut issues and all that stuff. And my parents tried to talk to him about it, and he was, you know, kind of listening and then showing some videos. He was pretty much like, okay, I'll try it. And they kind of just started adding more meat into it instead of like going carnivore. And then, you know, he was like, I can actually do it. I feel good, you know, all that.
yeah.
And then anytime he'd have a little bit of a problem again, he like would go back to, oh, it's because I added more meat in or whatever. It's like, no, you were having those problems before.
Yeah.
And we almost had him a couple times to like actually try it, but my cousins and my tia, they all live with him, and they weren't doing it. And then my grandma, she cooks food for everybody all the time, so it's hard for him just to do it.
Oh yeah.
And you know, we wish even she could do it too, but just having everybody else there's no way they could, like without them being really judgmental on them too. So it's like hard, like seeing them go through stuff, and a lot of times he like has to go to the hospital, and he's like telling everybody he thinks he's gonna die and stuff. And that's how bad he feels, and it's hard to just like not be like, because you can't make them do it.
No.
It has to be their decision, but just keep informing them about it and stuff, and hoping that they try it.
Oh yeah.
But
and then showing them, you know, with you doing it and them seeing you, but it's hard to change people's minds. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then my grandma on my dad's side, she had, was it a stroke? She had a stroke, like right before Thanksgiving, the year we started. And she, like we ended up having to, she never came for Thanksgiving, we didn't go over there. I think we ended up canceling Christmas at her house that year because she was still in the hospital. And she like couldn't move her left arm and one of her legs or something for a while.
All of her left side.
Yeah, her like whole left side.
Oh yeah.
And she, you know, was in the hospital for a couple months. And then even now she's still walking with a walker, and she's like slowly getting like stronger and stuff. But then now, like, they went to the hospital and they found something in her kidney, right? That they have to inspect because it might be a tumor or cancer or something. And her specifically,
It's crazy.
I think my dad's tried to tell her a little bit, but she is once she, like, she'll listen to a doctor no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Like, 100%.
Yeah.
And so that's really hard, not being able to, like,
Oh yeah.
get her to do it, because she was, before the stroke, like, she would do everything. She would still drive, walk around. She would go to football games. She loved going to casinos and playing games. She would go by herself too, like out of town to Oklahoma and stuff. And now she can't do anything by herself. Like they just barely started leaving her at home by herself, like maybe a couple months ago. And like it's hard because she'll eat like Chick-fil-A sandwiches or like. I know you think that's healthier, because I used to think that Chick-fil-A was healthier than most fast food places. But it's not, and that's really hard watching that, and
It's hard getting it. Just
yeah,
doesn't help.
yeah. Even with like other people's animals, just watching them be overweight too.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
We
something
feed
I
our
didn't
dog
think
just
about.
ground beef.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's good all the time.
That's crazy. That's another topic, dude. That's
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna say?
That drives him crazy.
It drives
we
me
go
bananas.
to someone's house and their dog's
Fat.
overweight.
Drives me nuts.
Feeding them that. Yeah.
Like they love these dogs, but then they should love themselves too. But it's the same thing. They just go and feed it kibble, and they could feed it ground beef, and that dog's gonna be a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts. When somebody asks me to feed their dog, I always go and take liver and
Yeah.
beef and our scraps. They're like, "Did you feed the dogs?" Like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
And then those dogs, we'll go over to their house, and those dogs remember me. It's nuts.
They're like, hey,
They're like, there's that guy, and then they're like, "Why's our dog following him around?"
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe because I fed him that one time.
Because I'm fatty.
Yeah, we're looking at adopting a dog for our current dog before we have our baby. So then he has a companion.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And we're looking at the pictures of her, and she's beautiful, and she's not like overweight or anything, but we're like, she's kind of skinny. And we're like, give her a week at the house.
Put on
We're-
some muscle quick.
Oh yeah.
She'll be a beast. We're excited about that. We're excited to see like how the changes again. Mm-hmm. Because I honestly don't remember like Coda changing that much.
He was a little overweight. He wasn't too bad because we didn't we pretty active with him. We
Yeah.
didn't, like overfeed him or anything. But he was a little bit overweight. Now he just like has so much energy all the time. So like he'll go to sleep, and then if we run outside, boom, he's just taking off.
Just completely different.
Yeah.
So how often do y'all feed him?
Once a day.
Today.
Once a day, just
Yeah.
ground beef.
Yeah.
Raw?
Usually we'll just give him 16 ounces of raw ground beef.
Yeah.
He loves it. We always told him, like, you are such a spoiled dog. You eat better than most humans.
Oh yeah. And that's what's his natural diet.
Yeah.
And he goes bananas when he sees it. He's like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's all he needs. And that's not much more than regular dog food.
Yeah.
Somebody the other day was saying that, I think it's called farmer's dog, which I think that's more of a natural, I think beef and things of that nature. It was like $3,500 a year for the dog food. I was like, golly, that's crazy.
Like add that up.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what you got to do, you know,
Yeah.
to make those dogs. They're part of the family. You want them to be healthy like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does drive me nuts, though. You're right. See those fat dogs. I'm like, man, it's so sad.
It is sad.
And seeing people give children stuff is so hard. For like, we know people are gonna be so mad at us for how we raise our baby.
Oh yeah.
We we're ready for it.
Yeah.
But we're also excited to be like, yeah, well, our baby hit all these milestones. You wonder why.
Oh yeah.
But it's really hard because like sometimes we'll go to his grandparents and like his nephews there or like little cousins, and the first thing that they gave him was like a cookie.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like cookies, their breakfast, and we're like,
They're barely one. And we're like, oh, really? Like they shouldn't ever have that, really. But
Oh yeah.
it's so hard for us watching kids, or like, it's a trend now to have like really, really fat babies.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a thing.
Oh yeah.
And we're like,
yeah, like people
just-
have really fat babies, and they're like, he's gonna be a lineman when he grows up. Whatever. I'm like, why would you want that?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's so sad.
it's so hard. It's like hard.
Yeah, it is.
Makes me cry.
And it's hard. These kids are hard anyway. It's hard to get them to eat, which we are really on Ellie a lot.
Yeah, she eats pretty good.
But it's still hard, you know. She eats really good.
Yeah, she does.
You know, different than 90% of the kids.
Which I think it's such like a big testimony, I guess, whenever people finally realize it and they like take their kids off of all the artificial dyes and like all of the take their screen time away, and they become completely different children. Like
Oh, yeah.
they're crazy, they think they have ADD and ADHD, like all of these things, and then they simply change their food and they're a whole different child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, that should just tell you how bad everything is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is something that like makes me mad, is the whole like medical system. How many kids that they give ADD and ADHD medication
Oh, yeah.
to. I'm like, there's no way all these kids have that.
There's no way.
It wasn't like that, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
No.
There's no way the rates just went up like that for no reason.
No.
Like you're just prescribing it for no reason. Just because they're eating all this crap that makes their brain go crazy.
They just make lifelong customers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they profit off of it, so it's like so evil in the way that it's run.
Oh
It's
man.
it's crazy.
That whole industry is just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's lost its way.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be there to help people live longer, to live better lives, and it doesn't. Like you said, it band-aids everything.
Yeah.
Even these little kids, giving them medications for ADHD and and then that combined with all the screen time that goes in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I didn't have that when I was growing up.
Yeah.
We didn't have TV. We had a TV. We had like 4 channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we for sure didn't eat as much sugar, as the kids do now.
Yeah.
And that sugar's the devil.
And it was
I mean,
introduced so early.
oh yeah,
So early.
so early. It's like a pacifier.
Yeah. It's like, it's even worse that like all the super sugary foods and stuff are all like catered towards little kids. Like they make them super colorful.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like super just to attract them. It's like attracting them to poison, basically.
It's messed up.
It's horrible.
Yeah, that's what Robert Kennedy's been talking about, is the obesity. That's why he gave up running for president, so he's like, what's more important, me being, or trying to be president, or helping these kids that are, that need help, taking that stuff out of the diet, making that less attractive to kids, and really, because that's your epidemic, that's your pandemic, is your fat kids, and they don't ever get over it. And then it's, so once they start correcting that, it's just going to be a better society all around.
Yeah.
Because now if you call it out, like you're the problem because you're not accepting of the fat kids. Like the fat people. It's like you're the problem. It's not them.
Oh, yeah.
It's been such a shift because before people would call it out.
Yeah.
And then that person would be like, you know what, I do have a problem.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, you have to welcome everybody.
Be accepting.
yeah.
And all
I'm
that
not
stuff.
saying we're like beating these people. I'm just like, some people genuinely just don't understand that what they're doing is wrong.
Oh, it's so
But
crazy.
nobody's allowed to call it out anymore.
Oh, I know. It's insane.
Yeah,
What you could
like
call
the
it.
whole, what's it called? Fat phobia thing. Like you try and promote healthy stuff, or you say people shouldn't be, then you're
yeah.
fat phobic and all that. I'm like,
It makes you look like a bad person.
yeah, you're like, I'm not saying these people are bad people or anything. I'm just saying it's unhealthy
Yeah.
for that. Like, wouldn't you want other people to be healthy?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's just being like kind, I guess, wanting you to be healthy.
And it's the hardest part. You
Being
want to
mean.
help all of them. You want to tell everybody, your family, your friends. But then they don't listen.
Yeah.
Or they won't listen and they think you're an asshole, really, for, you
Yeah.
know, calling it out.
Yeah, like
so
you
it's impossible to do it, really. So you just have to live by example, and then they'll ask you questions.
Yeah.
That's how everybody's asked me about the carnivore diet and like, hey, what are you doing? Like, I mean, people just ask me randomly. I'll be at the grocery store and ask me like, hey, what do you eat? Like, what do you know, what's your diet? Because what I'm buying at the grocery store for lunch is pretty ridiculous. And I'll eat raw steaks, you know, at a stoplight or something. Or people look over and they're like, look at this bozo is eating a raw ribeye. And I do, you know, because if I'm real hungry, I'm not going to cook it.
Yeah.
It's fine eating it raw. But, you know, when I tell people that, they get curious and they ask questions. And that's when, you know, I'm able to help them. And it is helping them, you know, because I'm living an example that this is the way you should eat. This is what you should do, period.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, if you're going to go vegan, that's a joke. You know, if you're going to, it is. It's the biggest crock. Like, you're not saving animals. You're not doing anything but hurting yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, heavy vegetables, eating chicken. Like, that's crazy when you tell people, you know, stop eating chicken. They're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on.
People think chicken's so healthy.
Yeah.
We never eat. Do y'all eat chicken?
We will every once in a while, like with wings or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but it's more of like a treat. It's not like, we're going to eat this and we're really full. We're like, we're going to eat this and we know it's not going to harm us,
Yeah.
Right.
but it's tasty.
yeah.
Yeah.
She'll like peel all the skins off of it, and eat the meat, and then just eat all the skins at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like eating like off the chicken bones, like all the cartilage and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that is
That's
good.
my favorite part, really.
Yeah.
She'll give me her leftover bones, and I'll just go eat the cartilage off of them.
Just gnaw on them.
Yeah. And then every once in a while, I'll get like a little bit too deep into the bone. She's like, "Why are you eating the bone?" I'm like, it was good, honestly.
Delicious.
You get like the little bit of marrow in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious.
Oh, that is good.
I would just eat this.
I do love chicken wings.
Yeah.
I never eat them anymore. I can't think of the last time I had chicken. Yeah. Pork, we eat bacon. And we just started doing that. I used to only eat ruminant animals. So deer, beef,
Yeah.
buffalo, a lot of bison, lamb.
Yeah. I do feel like absolutely the best when I'm just eating beef.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
And then like I don't have pork or chicken or anything else. Like I feel my best. But just adding pork in everyone makes it easier.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
And
But
bacon's so delicious.
yeah.
I mean-
Bacon's so good.
It's so good. Do y'all do grass-fed, grass-finished mainly?
We try to most of the time. If we're kind of on a budget, then
Yeah.
we'll not. But if we have the money, we will.
Because it is a little more expensive.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. That is the downfall. But I love that grass-finished
Yeah.
beef.
Yeah. It's
'Cause
so
I can
good.
tell the difference now in that opposed to
Oh, yeah.
grain-finished.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty much have no grains at all. No corn, nuts, any of that. Do y'all have seed at all, like eat nuts or?
I think mostly the only thing she'll eat avocados.
Me too.
She just adds that in.
But I can only do it for like so long. I can like go on an avocado kick and then I have to like stop. And then I'm like, I want avocados again.
Yeah.
But if I like go for too long, then I start to not feel so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've like learned I'm like, I can go for like 2 weeks and then I take like a 2-week break.
Well, but that's being in tune with what your
Yeah.
body needs. I do like avocados.
Yeah.
I don't ever eat them
Yeah.
very often, very much. Ellie likes a lot of avocados.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Really, the biggest reason I stopped eating them was I don't remember who it was, but on a video that was like, obviously chocolate's bad for you, and they're like, dogs can't even eat chocolate,
Oh yeah.
and they're like, dogs will die if they eat avocados. I was like, that's true. Maybe I should eat avocados.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's
No
like
kidding.
really toxic to them, like chocolate, avocados, and grapes, and
Really?
I think onions. Or not onions. Another something like
Okay.
onions are like really toxic to dogs. I was like, if dogs can't eat it, it's probably not good for you. Like we can probably tolerate it
Oh,
more, but I don't want to risk it. I don't care not feeling good enough. To
Because
eat
if it's not good for a dog, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't eat it.
it. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Dang. I'm gonna have to stop avocados. That's crazy. What else? Man, I could talk about this forever. Because people ask questions every day. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I wish more people did it, like you said. I wish
Yeah.
my family did it. I wish, but it's just so hard to get people to accept that.
That's something we're so excited about with like Peter, because we're like, people are gonna want to know, like, what did we do with him, and that's gonna be like our testimony, I guess, because like his whole life he's gonna be carnivore. Well, we hope as much as we can control, obviously, and then it's up to him. But if he never has that exposure to the addiction, and then once he does finally have it, he's gonna be like, oh, I don't feel good, and he's gonna be able to recognize that, unlike everybody else.
Oh yeah.
So like we're so excited to be able to
That's
watch him
dope.
grow
Oh,
and
I'm
see how much of a
excited
beast
too.
he's gonna be, and
Yeah.
cool.
get to like
And just like starting them off with like an advantage rather than starting them off with, okay, here's an addiction for you.
Oh yeah.
It's like almost there's no difference in giving them a bunch of sugar when they're little than like giving them any other drug.
Oh,
Because it's
100%.
just as bad for you, but like probably more addictive than most drugs out there anyway.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I want him to grow up without all the problems that I had growing up and all that. So I think it will be really good just watching him not have all these same problems.
Oh yeah, and the development, like the brain development too, is crazy when you implement all the fats and the good, the good fats that they need. I think that helps a ton.
Yeah.
I'm convinced Ellie's butter habit helps her. But it does.
Probably,
You know,
yeah.
she's getting those extra good fats that are
Yeah.
good for brain development,
Yeah.
and it helps. She seems to be smart.
She's smart.
But it'll be interesting. It'll be fun too.
Yeah.
To do that, because that's something you'll train and they'll have it, the rest of their life,
Yeah. I want
which
to
makes a
like
huge difference.
start them off early with the like raw organs and stuff. Just so like when they're little, they eat it, and then they get a little bit older, they're not like grossed out by the flavor.
Oh yeah.
Because most people that eat it now, they're like, it tastes disgusting.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
you have to get acclimated to it. But if they already had it, they
Yeah.
probably just love
I think
it.
it's delicious.
which it is becoming like kind of a more common thing. It's still very like taboo, but it's becoming more common that the first food you should give them is like raw liver
Oh really?
instead of like
That makes
the
sense.
rice cereal
yeah.
and stuff. You just like giving it to them raw, because then they can't just like choke on it. They can just like
Yeah, mush it down.
their gums, and they get all the nutrients. So
Yeah.
So
we'll
good.
see.
I love it. My body craves it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we don't have it for a few days, we have it every week. Not as much. We used to eat a lot. And then, so we probably have 2 or 3 ounces a week. But if I don't have, like if we go on vacation or something, I'm like, I'm ready to eat. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and you crave it. And the taste, like I love the taste. Now, I love the taste of all the organs. But when you tell people that, that's one thing they're so like, that's nasty.
Yeah.
You're eating that? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's delicious. It
Yeah.
really is.
My mom, when we first tried liver, when we first started it, my dad could eat it. He was like, it's not the best, but I could eat it. And she hated it. I hated it. And so we got this, it was like a cocoa and liver mix.
Oh,
So
no
they just
kidding?
mixed it, no sugar or anything, just cocoa
Yeah.
and liver.
Yeah.
And we tried some of that. I don't remember what we put it in, like just milk or something. And I was like, I can't even taste it at all.
Added it to coffee.
Maybe coffee. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
We tried it, and I was like, I can't taste the liver at all. And my mom tried it, and she hated it. She's like, it tastes exactly like liver.
Really?
Yeah.
She could taste it just
She
from
could
that
taste
powder.
it out of everything else. And then I don't know what else we tried,
So
but there was
crazy.
another thing that was liver and something else. And in that one, I could only taste the liver, but she couldn't taste it at all. So I was like, this is like, there's a difference in how you taste it, I guess. But
That's so weird.
yeah, now I can eat it with my ground beef. I just, like, I'll get the raw liver, chop it up, and just throw it in there.
Yeah.
Eat it like that. It is weird going from like ground beef texture to liver texture when you're chewing it.
Oh,
but-
yeah. That is weird.
Yeah.
We get it, and it's already made. Like, he processes it all together, so you really can't tell a difference. And it's spleen, kidney. It's called a survival blend. So good.
Yeah.
That's what we had last night. Which that's crazy. We eat almost the same thing every day.
Yeah.
But
But I never get tired of it
me either.
at all.
Yeah.
And she probably does, because I could eat ground beef every meal. And then we had bowls. But that's what we had. But it has kidney, heart, liver, spleen, and it's all with ground beef, and it's ground up, and it is good.
Yeah.
Real good. And that's, of course, we don't eat that raw.
No.
Or she doesn't.
Yeah. The one thing I'll do is if we make like, we'll take the ground beef and make like burger patties with it. Sometimes if it like gets too fat, the middle will still be raw.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'll eat those.
Oh,
I'll eat
so
those.
good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So good. That's crazy too when you think about it. Like everybody always thinks, oh, you have to cook all this meat, you know. And you feed your dog that meat, and your dog doesn't get sick.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So then I started eating like raw ground beef to see what it would do. Nothing.
Nothing happened.
Raw
It's
eggs.
good.
Nothing. I bet I've eaten way over 1,000 raw eggs.
Really?
Because it's fast, and I'll go in there and get the eggs and just plow them.
Drink them, yeah.
Yeah, and eat 8, 12 eggs, and there's
Yeah.
lunch, and it's delicious. It was quick. Nothing happens. Everybody's like, oh, you're gonna get salmonella. You're gonna
No.
get blah blah blah.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah, I think the only thing I haven't tried raw is just chicken. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to try that one.
There's that guy on Instagram
Yeah.
for a
And
long.
he did.
Oh, that dude ate like raw chicken which it was natural raw chicken. There's no way I'd buy it like at Walmart or
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
Market
Yeah.
Street and bust out some stuff. But he ate raw chicken for it's like 100 days in a row.
Oh.
It's crazy. And I haven't tried raw chicken.
No. I'm gonna draw the line there.
Well, I don't
think I
like
could.
chicken really.
I don't think I could.
No.
I don't think it tastes that good, to be honest.
I don't either.
Maybe doused it in salt.
It's bland, when
Yeah.
you eat the ground beef raw, you have to put a lot of salt on it.
Yeah.
Because that cooking really brings out the flavor in it.
Yeah, adds all the juices and
Yeah.
stuff.
That was the first time I did try raw ground beef. I was like, man, this is nuts. Like, I'm going to get sick. And I was real scared about it. I was like, just do it, see what happens. And I did it. And it's delicious. And it's fast,
Yeah.
Just eat a tube of ground beef for lunch. Because I have to have so much protein. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to get 250 grams of protein in a day. Unless you're just doing something crazy like that. Because you can't eat. If you're going home and you're like, haven't eaten a meal all day, it's impossible to eat 2 or 3 steaks.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
You have to, you're like,
Yeah.
I can't eat anymore.
Yeah, you can't eat anymore. You can't overeat beef. Or you can't overeat, the stuff that's good for you
Yeah.
in one sitting.
I think it was Dr. Chafee.
Oh,
He
yeah.
talks about carnivore, and a lot of his like advice to new people was just eat red meat until it doesn't taste good anymore, then you're full.
Yeah.
And that works with like ground beef, bacon works, but like ribeyes, when I cook that, I'm like, I am so full, I can feel it in my stomach,
Oh, yeah.
but it still is delicious to me,
Oh,
so,
so
it doesn't work
delicious.
with that. But like sometimes I'll just like eat enough to where I'm like, okay, I'm about to throw up from how full I am. No, stop.
And still keep eating it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
nuts how much you can eat too, though. but you're not going to overeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes every once in a while, like I'll go maybe a month or 3 weeks of where I'm like hungry, like for a lot of meals, like 3, maybe 4. And for those like 3 weeks, I'll eat 3 or 4 meals, like full meals. And I'm like, if I ate the same amount of meals and normal food, I definitely would gain weight.
Oh, yeah.
But like eating like this, I bet I'm having more calories and I'm working out less than I used to, and I'm still losing weight.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So another thing is like the caloric deficit stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's another conversation.
Because you really will. You drop the weight.
Yeah.
Because that's all you need to eat.
Yeah. There's nothing that your body's not using. So
Yeah.
one thing that weirds people out is when I tell them that you like poop less.
That's what people ask me
Yeah.
too all the time. Yeah. They're like, I'm going to get constipated. And I'm like, not really.
No, you don't really.
You're not really, just not going to be as
You
frequent.
don't have any.
Yeah,
to
you know,
poop out.
because your body uses everything.
Yeah, like there's so much in there that you use.
Yeah.
There's no waste.
I know.
That's why.
Yeah.
And I told one of my friends one time that I was like, you probably start pooping less. And he's like, I feel like that's a bad thing, right? I was like, well, no. I mean, if you're eating junk, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're using everything you're eating, there's nothing to poop out. So,
Oh, yeah.
but
Which makes tons of sense.
yeah, yeah.
You know, because everybody thinks, well, if I'm not regular, it's bad. But I never have a problem at all. Just weird to talk about, but it's the truth.
That is something that, like, being pregnant, I noticed like immediately was everybody when like they're pregnant, they have like this baby bump for the first trimester, but it's just like they're extremely bloated. I didn't go through a bloat phase
Oh, that makes
at all. I was like nothing, and then finally like I got a baby bump, but it was just baby.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I haven't really gained very much weight. I think
Yeah. It's
I
like
think I've
Paul
gained
Peter.
maybe 15 pounds. And we're
Yeah.
already in the 3rd trimester.
Oh, yeah.
And it was crazy because whenever she first was talking to us, she was like, for the size you are right now, you should gain like 25 to 50 pounds. And I was like,
Golly.
no way I'm gaining
that's
50 pounds. Like,
crazy.
no way. Like,
No.
I weigh the most I've ever weighed.
God.
And I've always been smaller. And like, I was really chunky at one point, but I still like, I didn't
Yeah.
weigh just because I'm so small.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm excited to see like how much I do gain,
Yeah.
but also like then calculating, okay, well Peter weighs this much, and then all the fluid and my uterus, like just like all of the stuff. But that was something I noticed like
Oh, yeah.
immediately because his cousin is pregnant also. We're like 18
That's so
days apart,
interesting.
and she's like, everyone's like, oh, you're showing so soon, like already, and it was just like bloat. It's like I didn't ever go through I got really bloated phase. I just like skipped right past it. But
That makes sense. That's crazy.
like,
Yeah.
there's no inflammation. So
Yeah. So it's just healthy, and that's naturally how it's supposed to be.
yeah.
That's so good, though.
Yeah.
It's good y'all knew about the diet now.
Yeah.
Like you said, I wished I'd have known about it way sooner.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in college, just to be
Yeah.
different.
I always thought it was like, if I was doing this in high school during football,
Oh,
I would
yeah.
have been crazy.
You'd be a beast.
Yeah, like I was during my junior and senior year, my dad like really pushed us to like go to the gym every single morning. He wanted me to be like, because I was always a lineman,
Yeah.
but he wanted me to do more than just lineman stuff. So for junior and senior year,
That's crazy.
I did ended up being like a running back. So I was able to do that, and I was like progressively getting like way better. And like in senior year, I was like peak. Like I was able to like
Yeah.
jump over people trying to tackle me and all this stuff. I was like, if I was able to get to that, but if I was carnivore, like how much better would it have been?
Oh, yeah.
Or at least easier to get there.
Oh, it'd been easier.
Yeah.
And your strength.
Yeah. Yeah. That was like I was able to get so much like agility and like all that and like, you know, side to side type of strength.
Yeah.
But my base like just squat strength didn't go up that much. I was like, that would have gone up for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
That's what blows my mind when I go and do squats. Because if I try to make it to the gym, it's hard with work.
Yeah.
And, I try to at least go 3 to 4 times a week, which is almost impossible. So usually it's like 2 or 3 times. And I'll immediately go in and do squats. are deadlifts. And what I was doing in high school compared to now is nuts.
Really?
Like, it's crazy. I could never, there's no way I could do that in my peak high school, college years.
Yeah.
And now that's what I warm up with.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm almost 50. It's crazy. Yeah. But it just blows my mind. And it all is from the carnivore diet.
Yeah, one big thing that happened was before we started, we were still going to the gym pretty often, like at least 4 times a week. And slowly I was getting a little bit stronger. But then once we started carnivore, like for some reason, once we started, we kind of stopped going to the gym for like 2 or 3 months. And whenever we went back one time, I was at the same point. Like I hadn't gotten any weaker. I was doing the exact same way. I was like,
Oh, yeah, that's
anytime
crazy.
I'd gone off to the gym, I would always go back down.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I'm just keeping my strength for no reason. I'm not doing anything.
Oh, yeah.
You just keep on muscle mass, I guess. But
It's crazy.
yeah.
It's mind blowing. It's nuts. I love it. You've gotten stronger
Yep,
since you started it.
I have.
Yes.
It's always been like a goal of mine to run a marathon. So I did like
that's
cross country
cool.
all through middle school and high school.
Oh, yeah.
And then I like went to college and everything just went downhill. And then that's something I'm like excited to try afterwards. Like
Oh, yeah.
after I'm not pregnant anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
going into training and seeing like how well my body does and comparing it to like just running our 3-mile cross country course, you know,
Oh, yeah.
seeing how well and
Yeah.
how much of a difference. See if I get to accomplish my goal one day.
You will be able to be easier.
Yeah, for sure.
She wants me to do it with her. I think she's going to make me do it with her. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to run a marathon.
I think it'd be cool. Just like such an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if we made it like we didn't just do like the mayor's marathon here. We like traveled to go do
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
be
Like
fun.
that
going
would
to town.
like who doesn't want to do that? Say, hey, I ran
Oh, yeah.
this many miles, completed a full marathon in this place. Like
That'd be so cool.
that would be awesome.
I have a buddy that does
goal.
that. And he goes and does the Boston Marathon and Vegas Marathon.
All over.
All over. I think he did the London one
Did.
not long ago. So he'll take his whole family and then they'll go run the marathon.
Yeah.
Or he will.
That would be
or
awesome.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be fun. I'd love to, but I'm not running no marathon. I'm not a fan of running. I don't know why. I really don't do much cardio. I do sprints.
Yeah, I was going to say,
No.
I like doing sprints.
Yeah, that's
I
all
don't
I
like
do.
doing long distance stuff.
No.
I get bored.
Oh yeah,
Just
me
running,
too.
like-
Yeah.
And there's no need. I feel like I don't need to.
Yeah.
You know, I used to think that the more cardio I do, the more weight I would lose. You know, like, hey, I got to do 45 minutes of cardio, stair climber,
Yeah.
running. But that's
But now you
super
don't need to.
false. No, I don't do any
Now
of
you're
it.
just more muscle you put on, the more you lose.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I always just enjoyed doing like I would only do distance for cross country. I wouldn't run distance and track. I would do sprints and track because I hated just running in circles.
Oh yeah,
But cross country, we like got to see stuff and it was
Yeah.
like relaxing.
yeah. There's
like,
that runner's
Or we're
high.
running through the trees and there's a pond, you know, just like getting
You
to
enjoy
go
it.
and
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I could never do it for track.
Oh, that
Most
makes
cross
sense.
country runners like also ran 1 and 2 mile. And I was like, no, I won't
yeah.
do that. And the most I did was the 800 and I still didn't like doing the 800.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. To run in circles.
Yeah, it's
very
boring. It's boring to run in circles, but it's fun to go like 3 miles into the woods, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I never did track. I told them I would do the 100-yard dash and that's it. But there was people who were faster than me, so they're like, okay, just be manager, I guess. I was like, okay, that's cool with me. I'll just carry around people's waters and stuff.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah.
What school would you go to? Was it?
I was homeschooled for most of my life. 7th and 8th grade, I went to Littlefield.
Okay. And then, what was it? What was the consolidated school? In high school you went to?
In high school, it was a homeschool, and it was part of the like football community. Everything was called the Titans.
Titans. Yeah, that's it. That's cool.
Yeah,
Are y'all going to homeschool? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. That's another discussion, but again,
That's
getting
so
into the crunchy thing,
interesting.
yeah.
Different topic.
I would love to do that.
Well, we're not. So.
Come on. It'd be fun. Be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'd be hard to homeschool in Abernathy.
Anywhere.
Whitney's not doing it.
That's one like big thing that we're glad Trump's doing is he's gonna try to add a write-off for homeschooling now.
Oh.
Yeah, so that
That's
wasn't a
huge.
thing before. So like growing up, it was always just an extra expense that you couldn't do anything with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And now up to like 10,000 a year, I think,
Oh, that's good.
for homeschooling write-offs. So
Yeah.
we're like, that'd be perfect timing for us.
Which makes sense.
yeah,
I mean, you should have
had to
did
buy
all
the
along.
books, you had to buy all
Yeah.
the courses and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
And that should be an option. You should be able to do that without being penalized.
yeah, yeah.
With your for your family. There's a lot of cool stuff happening.
Yeah, we're like, we could 1 year use that and just like build a little schoolhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah, write that off.
write that off.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be
Heck
so
yeah.
cool.
Can you do that per kid? I guess. I'm
think
assuming?
so.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I
Oh,
think
that
it's
makes
per
sense.
kid.
But because like public schools are allowed so much money per kid, so I mean, why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You should, and you're already paying taxes for those schools, so might as well get to write it off.
Yeah.
No brainer, for sure. So what do y'all eat? Do y'all eat every meal? Breakfast,
I do.
lunch?
Yeah. Just since she's gotten pregnant, she's had to eat.
Yeah.
We
Every
used
meal.
to do like just breakfast and dinner,
Oh, yeah.
but I eat like 4 meals now.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Get hungry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll
for two.
try to eat every meal with her just so we eat together, but
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, I'm not hungry yet.
Oh, yeah.
And before we were doing maybe 2 meals, we used to do like every Friday we would fast for the full day.
For the just sun up to sundown? That's good.
Yeah.
Like a dry fast, or would you have water?
We'd have water still.
Yeah.
But
That helps a ton. Fasting, I
Yeah.
think, is huge.
yeah, it made me like, I didn't think it was possible, but then I had a steak after and I was like, it tastes even better now.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
it was
That's
hard
cool.
sometimes.
Yeah,
like
sometimes
some
it was
days,
hard.
some Fridays it was like this isn't too bad. Like I'm kind of hungry, but drinking my water is helping. And other Fridays we would like cook a steak. We'd start cooking it at like 11:50, and we would eat at midnight because we were starving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also crazy that like you don't eat for a full day, and then the next meal you have, like you're almost not as hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Like you feel so hungry, and then you start eating, and you're like almost full instantly.
Yeah, that
I don't
is
know
weird.
how that happens. Like
Yeah,
the
that's-
entire day I didn't eat, and if I did eat, I would have eaten way more than this.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
that next meal,
Yes.
you feel like
Then you're just like,
I'm
eh.
good. You know,
It's
had a
weird
couple
how-
bites.
I don't know. That fasting, that's a total nother subject. But that,
Yeah.
like, I'm super interested in that. What it does to your, basically your cells, your body, your just, cleanses it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I love it. I love fasting. I want to do the 3-day.
The 3-day
Three
dry
day.
fast.
I don't know if I could do a 3-day dry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do a 3-day dry. I mean, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
It would be hard.
Yeah.
oh, it'd be
Doing
so
dry,
hard.
that would be so hard.
I've been wanting to do it like bad, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
water fast is no problem.
Yeah, with water.
Yeah.
I think that one,
Water and salt, like that's fine.
I think I could do a 3-day.
Yeah,
Do I want to? Probably not, but I could.
I want
I
to.
think so.
I wanted to see what.
Just to see how it affects you and
So
everything.
it's like a euphoric feeling. Like
Yeah.
once you get to that 3rd day, it's like really clarity, all kinds of stuff, and I believe it. I want to try. I'm gonna try it. You want to do it with me?
I do not.
I was gonna say I think like you could do it after I'm not pregnant
Yeah.
because I just like
Oh, yeah,
I have
it'd
to
be so
eat
hard.
so much I would feel
Yeah.
bad.
You're tempting me all the time.
I'd cook like bacon and ground beef and he'd smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
Sorry.
Oh, that would be hard.
Yeah.
Cause you smell it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry right now. Because we ate last night. It's about time for me to eat.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's nuts.
Well, all right. I feel like we barely scratched the surface of everything.
I know.
I
Literally.
need a part 2.
We definitely need a part 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's so interesting when you
get
bring
through all
somebody in that's not on the diet.
Yeah.
Because then they ask me questions, because it's so natural to me now, just how I live my daily life. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, this is how it does. But then they'll ask me, helping 2 guys right now that just started this week. And they text me some questions this morning. I was like, I didn't even think about that,
Yeah.
Like, what do you, and I was like, that's just something that never crosses my mind anymore because I haven't done that in so long.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to do, bring somebody in that's just starting it and ask questions. 'Cause
That would
That'd
be
be
fun to
cool.
have y'all and then another like couple or something, and you just kind of go into it like that.
Because they get
That
so
would be
curious about it.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting.
And then we throw a vegetarian into the mix.
Ooh.
That'd be awesome. I would love
That
that.
one would
Right?
get a lot of views.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I already feel like this one we're gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's gonna be like, "This is your second video, and we're already shutting you down."
I hope they don't.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if they do.
Oh well.
We'll go
whatever.
somewhere else.
We'll just do it again. Just post it on a different page.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy how controversial it is, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It's the most natural thing to do.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, that's what you're fighting for?
Yeah.
Trash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
But I think it's like they try and attack it because they don't want people to know.
Oh, 100%.
So, like,
They don't want people to be super healthy.
yeah,
Yeah.
if everybody like found out about it and started doing it, then the entire like big pharma would just crash.
Oh, it
They
would be
lose
turned upside
all their
down.
money. Yeah.
From your doctors to, just your,
Yeah.
your internal med that's here. People stop going. It's nuts when you go to the doctor now, though, which I go with my mom all the time and take her, and it's crazy how many people are in the
Yeah.
waiting room just to see
Yeah.
a doctor. I mean, it's crazy. It's packed. You can't get in. It takes 2 weeks to get in.
Yep.
And then there's that many sick people lined up. It's crazy. And we never go. We don't even hardly get colds anymore.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember like the last time we were like really sick.
Yeah.
Like every once in like in the winter when it first started, like fall, I got a sore throat for like a day, and then that was it. Usually I would get a sore throat, and then the next day I would have a fever, and then the next day I would be
Yeah.
recovering.
Oh, yeah.
I just got a sore throat, and then 12 hours later it's gone.
That's crazy. And that's crazy,
Yeah.
too. I got the flu last year. That's the last time I was sick. That was last year before Christmas, so 23, so way over a year.
Yeah.
Probably, that was nuts.
Yeah. And I used to get sick a lot. Like I would get sick at least twice a year.
Oh, yeah.
Like January and then October.
Yeah.
Sick, like bedridden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when he used to get sick, it was like bad. He would run like extremely high fevers.
Like
Oh, yeah.
5 heat fevers
Yeah,
and
it
stuff.
would,
Oh, wow.
it would be so bad. But now it's just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I would never get sick
No.
at all.
I think that's another thing about like with the kids too, like not having kids be sick all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like so many people we know, their kids are sick like every other month.
I know.
But like they also send their kids to daycare and
Yeah.
they feed them junk, and we're like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I do know what to tell you, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, you get the feeling that people will start thinking like that you think you're better than them. So you're like, I don't. I just when you find something like this, you want to share it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the one analogy I heard was, if you found the cure to cancer, you wouldn't just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Which
is.
this is the cure to cancer. So,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you
I mean, it
pretty
has
much have to
cured
keep it
people's
to
cancer.
yourself.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Because
even-
it does cure cancer.
Yeah, my best friend, I was talking to him about it one time, and I don't remember what brought it up, but he was like, yeah, I wish like somebody would find the cure to cancer or something. And I was like, well, what I do is pretty much that. He's like, no, it isn't. I was like, yes, it is. Like, my
Yeah.
dad had that tumor, and now it's completely gone just from changing his diet.
Yeah.
And I've known so many like case studies on YouTube and people telling their stories of how they had cancers and stuff, and it just
Oh, yeah.
goes away.
Oh, yeah.
Like even like any sort of like disease that like they say is irreversible goes away. It's crazy. It is the cure.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Yeah, you can starve off the cancer cells, from eating this. You can change your hobbling foot.
Because most of them thrive.
For real.
Yeah.
Most of them thrive off like sugar.
Yeah,
they
that's
thrive
it.
off of sugar
Don't have
and
sugar,
carbs.
Yeah.
they don't thrive.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, but
Yeah. But it's gaining More and more people are starting to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Especially when I started, I was the only fool, for sure, that I knew that did it. That was so many other people
Yeah.
going on it, which is good.
Yeah.
I feel like a ton of people know about it now. Like I don't know anybody that hasn't heard of it now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's just taking that step.
Yeah, for sure.
To
It is
try
taking
it
that
out.
step. But once you do, it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Thank God we did.
Yeah.
I'm so glad my feet were jacked up. I saved you.
You're welcome.
She's like, really?
Thank you.
Oh, this was fun.
Yeah.
it
No, we'll
was.
I enjoyed
definitely have to get with y'all again. Maybe we can find somebody else to come on.
Oh, yeah.
But that would be so fun.
Sure.
So, but thank y'all for coming today.
Oh, thanks for having
Talking
us.
about it.
Oh,
I feel like we definitely did just scratch the surface. There's
Oh,
much
yeah.
things we could go more in depth on. For
Yeah.
sure.
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it
absolutely.
again.